Okay, so I got another holiday treat for everyone.
Ho ho ho.
You fucking Scrooges. Um, this guy is a guy named Clayton Diaz. He did this big color on black sleeve. Um, Typically a full color tattooer. Um, when he was starting this project, I was getting tagged in it all the time, and even he was tagging me in it all the time because I was inspiration for this project, and I was proof that it would work. Frequently, when people were saying that he was unscrupulous, unprofessional, and a hack, and all these other things were being lobbed at him in his own native language. Because this isn't just a problem in the English speaking community of tattoos, this is a problem all around the world. I was getting tagged in this as defense for this guy from his fans and also him, um, as proof that this method can work. And I had so many people send me this thing. Now it's pretty well finished, as I understand it. There was a big gulf in between the last time I seen it and now. It's been done for a little while, but I'm just finally getting around to it. Um, he did this full color on black Japanese color sleeve, Japanese traditional. It's a koi and floral and different things. Um, it's all healed now. There's clips of him where he's touching it and the guy is holding it, and it's not fresh kind of thing.
It's so bright.
Yep,
Very, very vibrant. Good job.
it is. I should say the black that he covered was pretty beat up.
Yeah.
It was
I can see that in the
looked like it had gone through some laser.
It's fairly grayed.
But with that said, like, this is achievable anyway.
Oh, I think so, for sure. I mean, you do have some very vibrant colors on you. They're just you like the more muted tones.
Oh, I wasn't looking to go this bright,
But
for sure.
I'm like super impressed. He's a color worker. Like
Yeah,
this guy's color is crazy.
It is, but like, I am impressed, and I'm thrilled that he did this. But the more I see happen, and like the more I see happen on me, the less like I feel like I should be impressed or that people should be impressed, because like, well, all I'm learning is that this is just any other tattoo.
Right.
It's literally any other tattoo. Like, and what I've seen is like people are very easily impressed by this because they don't see it often, but I'm seeing it almost every day now. Like, realistically, Terry did 2 projects like this last week here, and we're working on me this way every week. And like, people are coming to see Terry for the same reason they'll be coming to see this guy, and for the same reason they were interested in seeing Anthony Bennett, who did the color on Black Cat. I'm gonna get back into him in a minute. They think that this is wizardry.
It's not.
It's These guys are barely changing anything.
No, they just are understanding how colors work with each other.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I think that is hard for some people to get their head around, but like,
You
you just take whatever
take
ink you
the
have
color
and
and you
you
put it-
mix it with black.
oh,
Whoa.
Terry's not one for a lot of words, and so like he had a phone consult with this girl who was trying to get sleeves similar to mine, and she was trying to ask him about the process. He's like, "I put the color in your arm,
Yeah.
like I do the tattoo. That's what happens."
Yeah.
So she was like, I think she was expecting him to like wine and dine her with all this like crazy knowledge, and he's using these special inks from space or something.
No, it's the same inks that everybody else is using.
We use Fusion ink here. We like Fusion. Everybody likes Fusion here. A couple people here have used some world famous, but like we basically use Fusion ink here, which is, what you can get on Icon.
Yeah, I'm staring at a bunch of Fusion ink bottles and then some dynamic black.
It's not like the ink doesn't matter, but most pigments are really good these days, and you can get into con artist like kind of territory or hucksterism with this, where like, no offense to Anthony Bennett, he's just getting after it, but that guy now has his own color line for
Oh.
cover-ups.
Well, you know what? Okay,
It's just
so
like-
this is the thing: is if Anthony Bennett wants to send you some of this ink so that you
No.
can prove that it is as good as he says, take it.
It's just
But I don't really think there's any difference.
well, that guy did a great job, don't get me wrong, and there's money to be made because people are very funny. They think that like if I get this ink, that means I can do that. It's like, no, you can do it anyway. You can do it anyway.
I do think that there is a possibility to develop an ink that does it better. I think that is a possibility.
I'm sure.
I just don't really think.
But that's a crapshoot.
Well, I just don't think anybody's really trying to do it.
I also don't think that you get there by tattooing different people every day either. I think that, I think the only way to develop such a formula would be to practice on the same canvas every day and see what works best. And most people aren't going to be in for that.
Oh, no, they don't have you.
Well, I'm not saying I'm the key. I'm just saying anyone out there that was willing to donate their body to figuring out which colors really do interact with black the best. But I don't think it really matters.
And what it is about that color that makes it interact with the black the best?
Well, like
Is
I've
it
told
thicker, like white or like red
there's
is
only
thick?
one color of ink that we've used here at all that hasn't worked well.
Pink.
Only one. It was that soft pink.
Yeah.
And that was because the black was pitch black. That was on the eye.
Yeah.
After we blacked it out.
It was new black.
Yeah, it was new black and very, very dark Panthera black, If we let that chill out for a year or something, it will go in and you will see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
for
that
sure.
simple. So not to take a crap on what this guy's done, because the biggest thing that you can say as a compliment to him is that he was willing to give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And now we have this cool sleeve that is certainly better than that beat up black that he had underneath of it.
Yeah, this is a gorgeous sleeve. And again, it's just proving the point that all you need to do is understand how colors work. This blue that he's using was probably a bright ass blue, but it was probably even brighter than it's showing up.
But
on
it doesn't
the black.
need to be either.
No.
You can do a dark blue if you want. You can
Right.
do all this should be saying to everyone is, oh, you can do anything. It's you can do any color. All right, this is proof of that. And
Yeah.
it's just working on scar tissue. So it's just maybe going to take a little longer to put it in.
Oh,
I think he's
honestly-
done 3 sessions over everything.
I mean, I can't say I've never ever tried anything like this. I barely tattoo, but I would say from what I'm looking at, probably the hardest part about this whole process is being able to see your stencil on the skin.
Not really. It's actually easier than you'd think. You just need good lighting.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I just
especially on his black here.
I just think that would be the biggest challenge.
His arm looks like roadkill. It looks like I've lasered this 16 times. It's pretty bad. The line of the stencil will be way darker than the black of his arm.
Yeah.
But it's a different thing, but it's not what people think it is. And the problem is now, when you have only so many of these guys putting these projects up, you have this, I need to travel to see him. It's
I know.
But what it should be teaching people is that there's probably someone in your area that can do it. This has become my mantra here. And we have people try and book in with Rick for projects all the time, from very far away. And it's not tenable in a short span of time. So you feel almost guilty doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's oh no, you're going to need 20, 30 trips over here for that.
Yeah.
Find someone in your area that can do color and he can do this. But the biggest problem I hear from everyone is, my guy says that won't work.
Oh, I know, because they're all still stuck in this weird, I don't even know, gatekeeping. I'm too lazy to try it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, the issue is sure, he did the koi, and now having shown this over black, for a moment that will trend, but once this sleeve is out in the open, it's it looks as if he didn't do it over black, and dummies will assume it wasn't done over black. Mm-hmm. When I was putting together the rose sleeve, for example, it was trending really hard, but then once it's done, the people who see it, they think it's normal. They don't think it's over black. They think it was done
I know.
so it doesn't have the same cachet anymore. And so there isn't a lot of incentive for a lot of artists to do this work, because it will force them to work slightly harder, slightly. And then what is the reward for doing it? It's not much, other than the fact that all kinds of people with no idea what they're looking at think you're a magician for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, so I was just
Maybe
thinking.
you can sell some ink.
I was just thinking about this because, like, in the world, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Ink Master again, and I feel like this kind of tattooing isn't going to make sense to anybody until it shows up on Ink Master.
I mean, you're probably never going to see it on Ink Master.
I don't know.
It's not palatable enough for that. It doesn't reach the broad sea. But I do think if we ever figure out how to extend the lifespan of the average human, this will become much more palatable.
Well, it is. I mean, it is becoming more and more palatable. Like I'm seeing, like, this has been happening for years and years and years.
More interesting to people is like simple white on black work, and that won't hold up like this will.
No, this holds up better, right?
This will guaranteed hold up better. This will be here 10 years. The white on black line work stuff, that has a much greater chance of just vanishing or like being very thin and not being able to be seen from, more than a foot away because it's got nothing that's backing it up. And I've seen so many of those just get re-blacked out. It's kind of funny, actually. It's like if you weren't willing to do the work the first time, be willing to do the work the second time.
Yes, but the white on black does work. You've proved it with your moon. You
If
just
you-
have to do it properly.
Well, yeah, this moon has got black, red, and white in it, though. Like on top of the black.
Yeah.
And I had a guy actually ask if this was left open so I could tattoo the moon there. Like I left this moon-shaped disc of space.
No, the top of Remy's hand has been basically black since the first time it was tattooed.
No, there was red in there too. Remember those
but
stars?
that's what I'm saying. The middle of the hand where that moon was, though, was black.
It's just the idea of it being negative space for so long is absolutely preposterous.
Yeah, I think the only place.
Yeah, I was waiting for this.
The only place that you had like weird negative space for a while was the moon in your armpit.
Yeah, well, that was gone pretty quick too.
Yeah.
I think that moon only lasted about 2 years before it was gone.
I liked the moon.
Even my back piece was a lot of white and opaques. There wasn't a lot of fucking negative space, even though it looked like it. But yeah, again, this is no shade to Clayton Diaz. This is a fantastic
Amazing.
sleeve.
He's a good artist.
He does color work primarily, and what I should say here is that anyone who does is capable of doing this. They just have to think about it. That's it. Just use your brain. That's all you need to do. It's not what you think it is. It's much easier than stop wasting thousands of dollars to travel and go see these guys and thinking that's your only hope. You need to find a guy who does color at a good level. He can do your color on black sleeve. Guaranteed he can. And I want to see more and more of these out there. Coming from more artists, so we take this stigma away that this has to be done by certain people. Because it's like, Alicia did one of these not long ago. And for the record, when she starts doing my back piece, because I've asked her to do it, that's not going to make her a wizard either.
No.
And when I have you and Ashlyn both tattoo parts of my legs, you're not going to be a sorcerer.
No.
But people are going to think I have to go see Blix because she can do tattoos on black. That's just so silly to me. I know already that everyone in here will tattoo me, and then they'll all get this reputation as well.
I'm going to be able to do tattoos on black because I'm willing to try.
Well, there's a small sense of knowing what to do that goes into it.
Yeah.
But like,
I'll have good instruction. You're going to be there.
It's just having a knowledge base and then swinging for it. And
I can't wait.
everyone at this shop will have tattooed me by the end.
Yeah.
It's like part of the curriculum here.
I know.
So it's like it doesn't make any of you guys uniquely gifted with this potential either when it works. And like it's going to happen. Like you can mark my words here when I'm talking about this in 6 months when I'm doing tattoo progress updates with another artist at the shop and not Terry and Rick. Then all of a sudden she'll be getting those too.
Oh, for sure.
And it's going to happen like clockwork.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking hilarious too. Like I'm going to be, told you so, told you so,
Yeah.
told you so.
But she doesn't believe it.
What, her?
Yeah.
No, she knows.
Okay.
She's already into it.
Good.
She already knows she can do it.
Oh, yeah. Of course she
Just
can.
because
She's
she's,
amazing.
well, no, it's not anything like that. It's because she's seen it happen already.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I don't know if it's like, oh, well, if it's just saturating skin.
Yep.
So, yeah.